HOD Lab.
Welcome, everybody, to the Method Lab, the METHOD Lab. It is Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
Tuesday. No theme Tuesday.
Tuesday is special, but I don't want to say it unless I get canceled and shit. But according to some of my friends online, they have a specific Tuesday that they call this.
Let them know. What is it?
I ain't saying shit. I ain't getting canceled. You just heard me. Get canceled?
Well, I tried, ladies and gentlemen.
He knows.
Join us in the messenger. Actually, I am logged in. Let me turn this down.
It's going to be Wi-Fi login. I got to answer messages and shit. People are trying to text me and give me messages while I'm fucking teaching. Tuesday, the one day that I have to sub a class and everybody want to talk. Monday I was off.
Well, now they can go ahead and call or text at 414-502-9447 if you want to get a hold of Larry. Or put the question in the chat.
They ain't asking shit. They just wanted to talk. Fucking people just want to talk.
Well, then call or text 414-502-9447.
Yeah, come interrupt me on my other job. They can't get enough of that shit.
Right? We are here at 1025mke.com radio. You can watch. So the guys just got done doing an interview with Brandon Jordan. He came and reviewed his new book, Courage Under Fire. And if you were listening in, make sure you tune in because they're going to be giving away a copy of the book. Advanced copies signed with a personal message from Brandon. As soon as I walked in, they looked at me, make sure they didn't leave a copy laying around because I sure as hell will snatch it up. But do support local, so go ahead and find that. Did he say where it's available or where they can pre-order any of that information?
All that information is going to be posted on our website and the Facebook page. But the book signing is February 2nd at Kinky's.
Okay.
On Florist.
Okay. Well, we're gonna look up the flyer here, and we'll put that on the chat. In the chat room. Amber, if you join us, I think we have it, we've shared it before, but we'll look into it. Go out if you do want to get an advanced copy. He is doing a book signing here in February, so we'll put that information out there. We need to find a new book for our book club, or else we don't have a club if we don't do a second book.
That's what we're going to do right now.
Let's do this one? All right, we're going to take this book on. We're going to read Courage Under Fire by Brandon Jordan. Nothing changes unless you change. If that ain't the truth, I don't know what is. So what up, El?
Man.
How's your evening?
My evening was pretty good. I had to cut out of here early last night. I was writing and stuff. We had filming and stuff going on. And, as you know, we had some guests in here. They were masked up, and I was going to go and join them, but I left my mask in the car, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going back to the car. I'm going to go to the car. So I ended up going to the car and ended up ducking out pretty early because I had some shit I had to tend to at home. But, yeah, man.
That's the winner.
It's been going on. I see y'all pass out lottery tickets.
Yeah. Eld went and he went to Narnia yesterday to play the lottery, and I gave him $5.
So this is the one for the...
No, this is the winning ticket. This right here. This is the winning ticket.
But this is for the what? The 700?
$780 million.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna give everybody a piece except for Ladio. I'm gonna make him wait. That's good.
No lie, bro. Yesterday, listen.
It was my idea.
We went yesterday, and we did go to the Angel Mile, where they call it the Incredible Mile. Every gas station, every single one in this strip of Hartford has one big ticket, right? So we went up there yesterday and we did the back and forth to all the different gas stations.
Yeah.
Did $2 at this one, $20 at that one, you know, just
Right.
randomizing what we went to go do,
Yeah.
you know? And I just, you know, I couldn't fathom, and I thought about this. Let me get on this microphone because I'm kind of far. I did this, man. We were just having this general conversation, and I said, you know what, man? I don't know what I would do if I won that money. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would gladly take care of all my friends and family and give them each $1 million, right? And tell them, don't ask me for anything else. I'm giving you $1 million.
Yep.
And then I would give back so much to the community. Because what are you going to do, even if it was a one payout, right? And we were looking at the numbers, and it was like 570 million out of the.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know 70 people, right?
Yeah.
That I would give $1 million to. So I'd still have 500 million to mess with.
Really.
Yeah.
Now,
I know the solution. Give me a little bit more.
No, but I'm
Make
thinking
mine
to myself-
2.5.
But I'm thinking to myself, man, what are you gonna do? What if
Yeah.
it was one person that won that whole lump sum?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And with the way things have been going, like 2020, add insult to injury, some 80-year-old guy is gonna win it.
Exactly.
Like,
There's no way he's gonna live long enough for that payout.
Right? He's like, oh wow, I was just waiting for Grandpapa to die.
But maybe
Get the inheritance.
But maybe that's the point. That's the point of picking a winner for a prize like that. 500. Get somebody 90. Give it to a 90-year-old. Well, he'll never survive the payouts.
I would be blessed to win something like that and then just take care of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really would, because I couldn't see being greedy with it. Like,
Right.
just being like, I did this.
I would literally buy a calendar. Like, you know, you buy a calendar that has 12 of those dopest spots or dopest pictures. I would literally go out and buy a fucking little cabin where you could see the balloons and Turkey, you know, where the sky's always pink.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have one of those, and then I'll have the one by the waterfall, and, you know, like the one in the snow. Like, I would have a calendar.
If I was a winner of, like you said, 560 million, naturally, of course, that's enough to really do something special for people that you know. I couldn't spend $500 million on myself because I wouldn't need it. Like $500 million, of course, a lot of that is going into savings,
Right.
so that I'm able to do stuff. But I'm definitely going to pay bills, and it wouldn't even need $1 million to do that. I wouldn't need $1 million to break even. Just the fact alone, getting myself out of the red, and then going to people that I've known for many, many years and helping them get out the red. Like, we're all gonna get a fair shot. We're all gonna start from scratch. And with $500 million to do that with, now I have what I need to change a specific part of my community or a specific part of people that I've known growing up in this city, where it's like, okay, now we're in a position to do something. Like, I blessed you, I blessed you, I blessed you. You got stuff left over. Let's do something. Let's do something that's going to change this city for the good. And if I can do that, then I can take my money and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then I'm happy to go somewhere else and live somewhere else and retire and relax, knowing that I left Milwaukee, but I changed it before I left. I contributed something. Now I deserve to go somewhere else and lounge.
Real Johnny Appleseed of you.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right.
That's dope. Yeah, that definitely, you know, being charitable. But then you ask yourself, it's like, there's so many people that have $500 million and they don't, you know.
That's how they keep it, though.
Yeah, that's how they keep it.
And I'm don't get me wrong, $500 million is a lot of money. But if you invest, okay, let's say this. I'm gonna throw this out there. Our incomes don't equal $1 million a year, right? Together, right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, listen, I'm gonna take $1 million and I'm gonna put it up for a year and then accrue interest and live off the interest, that's comfortable.
Yeah.
What's the interest on 500 million?
Shoot, what's the interest on half of that?
No, but you know what I'm saying?
Even if you break that in half and say you invest half,
Right.
like you invest half into charity and say establishing other businesses and stuff.
Right.
That way it ups your income. The other half you can sit to the side,
Right.
and just let interest just build on that and
I
live
think,
comfortably.
If I'm not
Or-
mistaken, to buy a McDonald's franchise is $2 million.
See?
Is it?
And it's not like I'm gonna go out and buy like this multi-million-dollar mansion because I still have to pay on that damn thing
Right.
for the rest of my life. So I'm going to get something that's comfortable for me.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not like I've been to the Baldwin Hills and shit like that. It's not like I'm anxious to go. Kardashians fucked that up, so I'm gonna go someplace comfortable and quiet and secluded that I could just add on to. Hell, I saw Monk had that goddamn. He posted that one picture in Facebook where they took those fucking bins from the shipyards and turned that into a house.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to do that shit.
Yeah.
Let me build that shit. Now, with the money for that, it won't cost me shit.
Yeah. Like, see,
I'll be straight with that.
I'm not frugal, right? I'll spend money on shit I want. But if you got that much fucking money, don't get me wrong, $1 million, I know I can buy everything I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With $1 million. So think about this. You have this abundance of money. Why would you not want to do good with it? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, try to help, like, with cancer or kidney disease or, you know, any of those causes. Give them some money for research, you know, or that type of stuff. Help the homeless. Go build a whole new homeless shelter. You know what I mean?
One thing I've never seen from a lottery winner that I see from celebrities who work and then end up becoming, you know, rich. Celebrities who work or end up becoming rich and become celebrities because of their wealth, they're always at those charitable events. And they give back to certain causes that they believe in. Lottery winners, they get that money.
They're getting a double-decker jet ski.
They're getting a double wide, or they going to. You see them in the strip club. You see some walking around with briefcases handcuffed to their.
Yeah.
They are living. They're living
Mayweather life.
Yeah,
That Mayweather lifestyle.
They're trying to live what they think celebrities do, and I've noticed that with celebrities or people that are wealthy, aren't just donating and just spending the money, but they're even making sure they're in places where powerful people are.
Yeah.
So when you have $500 million, even $560 million or $7, whatever, now I have the money to make sure that my name is on those lists so I can go to events like that and see what the big issues is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can put myself in a room with people, influential people, so that I'm not having to spend all $300 million or $500 million of my money for something to happen. I can take $500,000 and go sit with somebody who also has $500,000 and sit with another person who has $500,000 and sit with a couple, 12 other people who have $500,000 and put something together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I can take them and say, hey, here's something that you don't know about over here.
Well, we will
bring their
find out
Right.
because this one right here is the winner.
I hope so, man. Like, and that's another thing too. I told Lario yesterday because we took Lario and Mike, you know, and I wished them both luck. And I said, you know what, man, if any one of us wins, so be it. You know what I mean? I said, and I just know that I will return the favor. I will take care of my people. Period.
Right. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter, man. At this point, all these tickets are for us.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
I look at it like this: let us win. Let us win big.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, and I'm not greedy. I don't need all of it. I just want a piece of the pie.
Exactly.
You know,
That's it.
that was a dope quote I heard over the weekend, and it came from Sam Cooke. I've been doing my research on Sam Cooke, and Sam Cooke had this great quote, and they actually used it in the movie, which was dope.
We can put the comments up there.
But he said,
Yeah.
he said,
They're not up there.
everybody's always talking about how they want a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
I want the goddamn recipe.
Right.
I felt that in my spirit. The back of the hair on the back of my neck stood up when he said that. Like, ooh, hell yeah. Because he was explaining. He said, you know, being a recording artist and then establishing a label. He was one of the first. Before Motown, Sam Cooke had his own label, publishing, everything. He had it all. He knew the music business in a time where nobody understood it, was supposed to understand it, let alone a black person. but he had his own masters. He had his own recording label, his own his own production. He was a songwriter. He had other songwriters that he employed, and he produced and also represented other artists. He had his own record label.
Wow.
And he was the first one to invest into the British invasion. He had, we were talking about Bobby Womack. And of course, we know all about the Bobby Womack and his wife thing.
Yeah.
But before all of that, Bobby Womack wrote a song. And the song hit kind of in the top 10 for top 20 for the R&B charts at the time. Mm-hmm. Over in England, a rock group who was just starting out heard the song and wanted to re-record it. And Bobby was like, I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. He was like, Sam was like, look, listen. You know who gets paid more than the songwriter of a song that hits top 20 in the Billboard charts? The person who writes a song that goes number 1. He was like, I think this group has this fascination with black music. Let him record it. So he gave the song. He gave him permission. And the group that he gave the song to was called the Rolling Stones. They recorded that song. It hit number 1 in the Billboard charts in the UK and in America. When those royalty checks came in, Bobby was sitting there like, what other songs can we sell them? What other songs? They want to sing some more? You should write some songs too. Hey, you should write some too. He's like, I have.
Yeah.
He saw that coming beforehand and was writing songs like, hey, sell them songs, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to get this money. These white boys want to record, let them record. They going and touring off of your song.
Right.
They working for us and don't even know it.
Right. It's get out of your own way.
Get out of your own way.
Write it and let it go.
Let it go.
And see, that's the problem. Everybody wants to be the superstar.
Yeah.
I don't need to be the superstar.
I don't need to.
I want to be comfortable.
I want the recipe.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I was like,
All the
I want
herbs
the
and spices.
recipe. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. I want the recipe.
Shouts out to Judy. Shouts
Yes.
out to Rick. Shouts out to Amber. Tech support. We need a favor from you, tech support. We need to know when our 100th episode is.
What episode
Because I
are we
know
on right now?
we're like 1 or 2 away. And
Yeah,
we haven't
it's not
ordered the
over.
cake. we haven't ordered the cake yet.
Wow. Amber
shit.
also says,
Yeah.
my sister makes close to 250K a year. And she donates to charities and as tax write-offs.
Tax write-offs, man.
But she leaves her parents in public housing. Damn.
They must have been shitty as hell.
You know, I'm going to say this, man. You got to take care of mom and pops. Even if you don't agree with them and you disagree with everything they do, they brought you into this world.
Yeah.
So make the rest of their days comfortable.
But some of them don't
Hold up.
deserve it, though.
Hold up.
Some
Wait a
don't
minute.
deserve it.
Unless your mama was the same mama in Precious, you don't owe that bitch shit. No, that bitch shit. If she tried to take your ass out with a frying pan, you leave her ass right where the fuck you left her at.
Yeah.
But if you just disagree with your parent, they ain't like your living style, or they told you they talk too much, or they too in your business. That's just love, man. That's nothing. If they didn't abuse you,
Right.
or emotionally
That's
scar
different.
you,
Yeah.
there's no reason for you to treat them like that at all. Don't be like that. That's just some shady shit.
That's some donkey shit.
Right, that's some donkey shit.
The universe will reward you accordingly.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's
You
not
know?
that you don't want to take care of your parents, but at the same time, if your parents didn't do you 100% wrong, take care of your parents.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I mean? I like I said, that's too much damn money to just be sitting in the bank doing nothing.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's in accrue interest.
Hell yeah.
But if you can help somebody else's life, ease up and be comfortable. I'm not saying make them super rich,
Right.
but make them comfortable. Where
Exactly.
they ain't got to struggle. I think that's dope. You know what I mean? I would just be like, come on, man, Lord Jesus, please let me win this money, and I'll show you. I'll show you some good shit with it.
Right.
I promise you that.
I've seen people go through shit. James Brown mama abandoned him. Okay? And even after the fact, when he comes out and becomes who he becomes and his mother comes around, he still gave her money. He may have told her after the fact, I don't need to see you no more,
Right.
but I'm going to give you this. What I have in my pocket. I want you to take this. It may be $5,000, maybe $10,000, $20,000. I'm going to give you this. And I want you to know, I forgive you. But if the scarring is that much, I don't need to see you no more. What you do with this is what you do.
Right.
You have to forgive. You don't have to forget. You don't have to forget. Hell no, don't forget.
Right.
'Cause you got to learn from that shit. But you got to forgive. You got to forgive. Otherwise, you never get over that shit.
Right.
Those scars are going to remain with you, and it's not their fault for those remaining. It's your fault for having them remain. Pay them out. Let them be on their way. But get that karma off of you, because you carry that shit with you, you're going to end up just like them.
Because it don't affect just you, it affects those that you bring into your circle.
Yeah. You got to break those traditions, man. You got to break those curses and let that shit go.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? I got people.
The more you know.
I got people in my family I don't necessarily get along with, but I love them to death. And if they need me, I'm going to be there. I don't need to hang out with them every fucking day, though.
Right.
Like, shit.
I had this plan, and I've always said this about the lottery, that if I won something big, right, I would try to build a little community, like a little subdivision, and build houses, and let all my friends and relatives that are close to me live in all of these houses. You go, like, just build them and be like, all right, you pick your own floor plan, you pick what you want.
Right.
It's your house.
That's true.
Okay, it's paid for. You just got to pay the taxes on it. But
That's a dope community.
this was my other plan. Okay, I'm gonna give every single one of them $1 million, but it's locked into an account for 2 years. Okay, and the reason why it's locked into an account for 2 years is it's gonna accrue interest, and they have to live off the interest for 2 years before they can touch the principal.
I like that.
Okay.
I like
and
that.
the reason why is it's setting them up for future plans that they can then be successful millionaires
Yeah.
and go from there.
They
That's always been my ideal thought.
Right.
And I told myself, my sister, I'll give her $2 million and tell her don't ever ask me for shit else. You know what I mean? Don't ask me for nothing.
Yeah.
So if you burn through that $2 million, I can't help you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I gave you $2 million. You should have did something with it.
So,
You know?
and see, shit like that is dope to me. Like, man, people who could think like that, like, let's get a community.
Yeah.
Let's seriously sit down and try to get a gated community.
We need to put that song, If I Had $1 Million. Put that shit back in rotation.
I'd buy me a yacht. Like I immediately, as soon as, and you know, you're gonna have those notions, especially when you're talking about winning multi-million dollars. First thing in my head was thought Tiger Zoo, but then I was like, wait a minute, no, I'm not doing that shit. I'm doing the next fucking documentary and shit. I don't know no Carol Baskin.
I don't know that bitch.
I don't know that bitch. But you know, that's smart. You know what I'm saying? If you're somebody like that who's gonna be resourceful with it, and see stuff like that, I dig that notion of I'm giving you a chance. It's not out of pity. It's not out of mercy. I want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Like I'm investing in you.
Yeah.
Like I won this money. I don't have to do this. I want to.
Yeah.
I want us to win. And when you think about that, 2 years, that interest adds up. We have this community. We could actually invest in businesses that will bring people here. They can leave, but we can bring them here and take their money. We can build restaurants. We can build movie theaters. We can build a concert hall.
You buy a huge area, property, of land, and just build your own damn subdivision. And all the people around you are people that you actually like.
And know and trust.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to be 10 feet away from the house. You can be a distance.
Yep.
Because you build it how you want it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it can't tell you nothing. All you got to do is build it to specs or whatever the city ordinance is. But who's to say that your house isn't going to be a half a block away from my house? You know what I mean? So on and so forth. Where here in the city or a subdivision, they're 30 feet away.
Yeah.
And
know
you
what I mean?
and you ain't got to worry about going places and being treated differently. The whole neighborhood know this fucking area.
Right.
So, like, if you fuck with him, now you done pissed everybody else off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got no choice. You got to treat everybody respectfully. You got to treat everybody equally.
And think everybody in a subdivision you know them. They're friends and family.
Right.
You know what I mean? So outsider comes in, you don't think my neighbor's gonna take you out? What do you mean?
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what block you on, motherfucker?
Hey, congratulations, Amber. Shouts out to your daughter for getting into the school she chose.
Yo! Congratulations.
Yes.
She's earned it. Working hard as hell, man. That's what's up, man. I love it.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm waiting for these numbers to crack.
When do they announce me as the winner?
I think on Fridays, don't they?
Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Hump day!
Hump day.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're gonna see Gio claim his millions, and you know what? You should. When I always said too, if I ever won a lottery ticket, I'm going to show up, but I'm not going to give my face out there.
Right.
I'm gonna wear a mask, or I'll show up in one of those balloon T-Rex outfits just to collect my millions.
Yep.
Right.
I don't need people to see me on the fucking news, and I never felt comfortable outing myself on the news as a winner. Mm-hmm. It's just I've never seen a good lottery claim just on the news. I always felt like they fuck up a name or this son bitch here. He's a lucky son. Like this guy right here. I'm pretty sure he has no child support pay. Like I don't want none of that. None. I would rather claim my stuff anonymously and just let the rumor fly. Hey, you hear Larry won $500 million? No, he didn't.
Fuck
I'm
that.
cool with that.
I'm gonna fucking go on that fucking app where you can hire celebrities to go do shit or say shit for you.
Oh, just go
and
claim.
I'm gonna go rent Brett Favre. And then I'm gonna be like, he's gonna toss me. I'm gonna be in the back of the room. He's gonna toss me a pass. I'm gonna catch it, walk out, and then he's gonna say his statement. And that's how we gonna do it.
He's in town to play the Dolphins, dumbass.
I'm here to receive this prestigious amount of money in the name of Gio
I'm gonna hire Alfonso Ribeiro to collect my money.
and do the Carlton
Do the
dance.
Carlton dance.
Shit.
I thought it was.
And I'm gonna be up there with him too. I'll do the dance with him.
Right. I think in Wisconsin you have to.
You have to.
You
do
have
that?
to
I think in Wisconsin
You have to claim
you
it?
have to. Yeah. I know Illinois does. You don't have to in Illinois.
Because Rahm Emanuel keeps winning every.
Nah, for real though. Like
I'ma
it's
show
like
up in a Rorschach
21-year-old
mask.
dude that just won that. What was it? 230 million or whatever.
Well,
A couple years
he
back,
wouldn't
yeah.
give a fuck to go and stand out there. 21 years old. I just want a whole bunch of millions of dollars. He practically could wear a shirt on there. Who wants to suck my dick now? Like who wants to suck my dick now?
21, yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess that dude was at Target's giving away hundreds of dollars
Yeah.
for the holidays. He was out there just giving away $100.
That's funny. Motherfuckers in his neighborhood was like, look at Calvin, man. Let's go rob that nigga. Let's go rob that
I'm
nigga.
telling you,
believe it.
man, you'd have to have security detail.
Yeah.
Think about how many people would try to hold you for ransom or some dumb shit.
Hell yeah.
That's why I said I can't. That's why I said like, and I'm not saying I'm that type of person, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm a secluded person, especially since doing this. There's a lot of people I don't see much anymore, and even though I'm in contact with them, those people I know for a fact. But there are some people that I just can't contact as much as as the next person because they don't socialize like I do.
Right.
So ain't no telling what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Desperation can make people do desperate things. And being that close to somebody or even having a close enough proximity or access to somebody who's a multi-millionaire can push you to do something desperate. You know what I'm
Look at the
saying?
capital.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't want, what I'm saying? I got people who still live in the inner city. I wouldn't want them to hurt them to try and get money from me. Now I know where your grandmama stayed, nigga. Like, you sure you want to do that?
Right.
Cause I know my family don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? On any side, step family, anybody. Somebody come against mine, you fucked up.
Right.
And that go for my friends too. You fucked up. But I wouldn't want to put them in that position.
I just know I would send Jeremy or my brother up in Michigan. Hey, guess what? Check cleared. Go buy us some fun toys.
Yeah.
He called me yesterday, bro. I got 36 new pistols. They're all vintage. They're all 1,500 apiece. I was like, look this up. I was like, oh my God, that's what we do. We just fucking go through specs and shit. I was like, so what are you gonna do with those?
You know,
Well, next time I see you, I got 2 of them for you. I was like, okay, fuck it. Let me see what I can do with those.
you know what? I watched a movie last night that reminded me of him.
Yeah.
And I started to laugh.
Oh,
'cause it was-
before you go into that, he
What's that?
has a pistol that shoots out rifle rounds.
Yeah, man, I just heard about that.
It's a one shooter.
Yeah.
It's got a fucking
Yeah.
just a revolver. You just grab it with one hand and just fucking pray pray your wrist can take the fucking the kickback.
Who's the Desert Eagle my ass?
Yeah. Oh, he has one of those too.
Yeah.
See,
And he
don't tell
and
me
he
that
has-
because I want to shoot that so bad.
oh, I've shot it. It's
wanna shoot
fucking the fucking Dirty Harry.
Oh, the 357?
Oh yeah, long barrel. That shit's fun.
I want to shoot,
That
Jeremy.
shit is fun.
I want to shoot, goddammit. You better be watching. I want to shoot. I watched this movie the other day that reminded me of him. That it just happened to kick in my head, and I was like, that's Jeremy. That could be him. But I watched that Anthony Mackie movie on Netflix, the Outside the Wire.
Oh, I watched that this morning.
I watched that film, and it was funny because I felt like it was like a Terminator version of Judgment or Training Day. Like that's what I got from it. To me, I felt
Yeah.
like it was Training Day meets Terminator,
Yeah,
and it was funny because it was all centered around Marines.
yeah.
And I'm like,
The fuck
that's funny.
fly?
But dude was kind of a snitch though. I really didn't like the other guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
That
didn't.
guy, he's just real.
For a while, I didn't really understand if he was the hero or not.
Yeah,
And I didn't know. I wanted to believe Mackie was still good.
I didn't know what was going on. To be honest with you, I came in and out of the movie so much that
That's the thing. It's okay. It's an
Yeah, it
okay
was-
film. I really didn't understand the plot until towards the end, because I really didn't understand where they were going with it. I understood how it started.
it felt like a day on Twitter with Trump.
Well, I don't know about.
You started off with a.
I don't follow him on Twitter, so I would.
It's
I
just
wouldn't
all
know.
over the place, and at the end, it's Russia's fault. It's Russia's fault, or we have no ties with Russia. I think that's what this movie made me feel.
This film. Okay, if you don't know what we're talking about this film called Outside the Wire. Stars Anthony Mackie. You may remember him from the Marvel movies as Falcon. New Captain America.
Yeah. Or the guy that has video game sex.
Oh yeah,
On
yeah.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, he fucked his Mortal Kombat opponent.
Yeah, don't bring that up around OG.
Like, weirdest fucking game ever. But no, the premise of this film is there's a young man who fucks up in a military excursion, and he is pretty much sent down to work with a soldier who is part man and part cyborg. So he's got like a cybernetic body, but he has like human interaction and emotion. And he's working with this guy, and he has one day to prove himself to the military and to his commanding officers. But this guy, Anthony Mackie, is not like any other robot that they work with. This guy, of course, he plays on emotion, so it's hard to trust him.
It's built by Mattel.
It's like
It's one of those expensive toys.
this fucking thing has a Sony processor in it
Right.
that allows it to do a lot of amazing things. And
it has explode speakers.
the action, don't get me wrong, now the action is incredible.
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie sets it the fuck off in every action scene he has. There's one where he's literally running through the building just fucking people up, fucking up Russians, left and right, robots and everything. And he's like a one-man Terminator. Like you said, it's a Terminator. But it has some essence of Training Day because he's trying to figure this guy out. They're trying to figure each other out.
And it's a rated R movie, too.
It's a rated R
So
movie.
there's a lot of cussing.
So yeah, there's a lot of cursing.
Hey, motherfucker!
And there's a lot of things in there, but they throw so much information at you trying to, like, the subplot, the plot of the whole film. They throw so much into this subplot that it becomes kind of hard to follow because you're like, okay, you're setting up this guy, And then, you know, once you finally see the guy, it's kind of it's incredible, but it's kind of underwhelming. And then it sets up for this final showdown that's also underwhelming. That's the thing that got me. I didn't like the way it ended. It was underwhelming at the end. It was like, okay, I'm building to this crescendo. I got to see these two face off. And then when they face off, it's like, ugh.
The budget.
It wasn't even the budget. It was just like, it's like somebody just said, okay, just finish it. Just write an ending. Yeah. And it was like, and it falls flat at the end. But it's a popcorn flick. Honestly, I would say watch it once and dump it.
Yeah.
If when I rate a film, it's either skip it, wait for it,
pop it,
you know, popcorn,
twist it.
Popcorn, watching once, be done.
Yeah.
Definitely want to have it. This is a classic, you know? And this is one of those films like right in the middle. Just popcorn, watch it, be done with it.
And I want to take a second to give a quick PSA. For all you people that are out there and using streaming services and you just got hit up with the stimulus and went and bought a brand new TV, remember, upgrade your HDMI cables as well. Because as the streaming software and the quality gets better, the old HDMI that came with the cable box 3 years ago,
that would not work.
It does not work. I ran into that problem today. My HBO Max did an upgrade, or my Roku did an upgrade, and now my HDMI cable it can't keep it can't run the stream or whatever. It says it's not compatible with what it's trying to push out. So now I have to go buy an HDMI cable. Just wanted to let you guys know for your viewing, if you do guys want to go watch these movies. So if I got an update, you guys probably got an update.
You need a titanium.
You need something
twisted
more.
pair HDMI. Yeah.
Fucking optic cables type shit.
Right.
And I think I need a new TV too.
Yeah, I definitely need a new TV. I want something bigger, but I'm kind of holding out because I really want a computer monitor. I really want that.
The curb monitor?
The curb monitor.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily for the aesthetic and just for the look. It's really just for the editing purposes and just the whole, just having that space. There's a lot that I would need to do. Teaching-wise, you know, streaming, just all those capabilities. Like right now, I'm currently waiting on Amazon for stuff. I had to buy a graphics recorder and everything for the streaming that I'm going to be doing for the PS4. So much into it, and that would be dope. Just to have that curve monitor, because I mean, you got to replace everything else. You got to buy all this new shit. Might as well go in style.
You have to. I was gonna go with one of those, because when I first got my monitors, like I had to buy adapters and shit to get it to the new computer, because I had a Thunderbolt 2 Mac, and then now it's Thunderbolt C. So I had to switch all my attachments and everything. But luckily I found. But that's the route that I was gonna go. I was gonna get the Samsung wraparound. Man, those things are sweet.
I've always used dual monitors. I've always been into the dual monitor thing. And then what I ended up doing was using two 45 inches
TVs
next to each other.
Yeah.
So it's one big wall of nothing but, you know.
And that's cool, but, you know, it's a different thing when you got just that one screen.
Yeah.
That just, you know, or you can get the Samsung ones where you can daisy them.
Yeah.
Oh, those are fucking sweet. I need something like that at home.
I know we're just sitting here talking. We're just already window shopping right now.
Right?
You know what I need? I need a purple dog.
I need this motherfucking. This is the winner, ladies and gentlemen.
We need this ticket
is
to
the
be
winner.
claimed so that we can fucking get this purple dog we want. It's about 6'5". We want this some bitch just to walk around, just hand the shit.
I'm gonna call it Clifford.
But no, like obviously we're window shopping. It's just the talk of money and the expectation and putting that out into the universe. You have to do that. Sometimes I've always been a fan of like speaking things into existence.
Yeah.
You know, wanted to do radio, wanted to do a show, it's happening. Wanted to be a filmmaker, happened. You know, wanted to establish myself and have a career, it's happening. You know, to be a business owner. It's happening. And why? Because you spoke that into existence. You didn't just say, I want to be a business owner, and then just sat there and waited.
Right.
You spoke on it. You spoke into what it is that you have to do. You know, I just that daily reaffirmation. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. You're putting yourself in that mindset, and you're walking those steps to the point where you're not just telling yourself, you're positioning yourself to do it and getting that into your head. And sometimes you have to be like that. If you just say, man, I just want to survive, you're going to survive. Yeah. It's going to be barely.
The hard one, though, is like I speak it into existence. I want the V, but then I'm always at the drive-thru. It's like, damn, I go for the number 3 instead.
You know what? You know what's crazy?
So the V will come after this fucking ticket wins.
That's true. That's another thing I need to speak into existence. I need to get my body summer ready, man. I keep thinking about that because I keep telling myself that trip, that cruise, I want to be able to stand up there and look like Jack and sit there. I'm a Cadillac. Just have my shirt off and have
Don't
that
get me
Michael Jackson
wrong.
moment.
I'm confident in myself. I'll be out there with my titties out. I have no problem being shirtless if I'm doing my thing. Just for health purposes.
Just for health
I want to be
purposes.
around for the next. You know, I heard Eleazar say, "Yeah, but I want to be around for another 20 years." I was like, "Damn, do I want to be around for 40? Do I want to be around for another 20 years?" I was like, "Damn, I think I do. I think I do."
Honestly, like I feel good about my 40s and my 50s. I feel like, man, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Right?
Like if you think about it. Okay, I have a daughter. She's 13 years old.
Right.
She'll be 18 when I'm halfway in my 40s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, that's still a good age to get out here and really enjoy the experience of being places. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, to really feel that part and to really enjoy it, just revel in it. If I can have myself in a healthy, comfortable shape, I don't need to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or nothing like that. But if I'm in a good shape where I'm healthy enough to enjoy it and not just feel so gassed or just so like a medical hindrance and shit, I can't climb this hike. My arthritis is acting up. Like I don't want those type of
So
excuses.
bloated.
Right. I don't want to have those excuses and shit where I'm holding up the line and the party and stuff. Well, we can't because this motherfucker need his dialysis and shit. I don't
We
want
brought him because he's paying for everything.
I don't want to be that guy. I want to actually have fun and enjoy it. I want to be able to do the shit. And if I can't, then I can't. But I want to be able to at least try. You know, to say that I've done it. So, like, I have to get myself into that. I've been speaking that into existence more, and you know, especially like with El when he talks about like cutting off shit after 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, I really had to do. I've actually.
That's hard, man.
Dude, I'm 4 days in. I am 4 days in.
Okay.
And let me tell you, it's
I'm 1
fucking
day in.
difficult.
I'm 1 day in starting today.
Bro, I am 4 days in. Yesterday, it was so fucking tempting. I came home and I was like, ugh. And it was like a quarter. It was like right after, like I got home. It was just after 7, and I wanted to stop at so many places on the way home.
Man.
And I just sat and ate I ate like a little 4-pack of peanut butter crackers. Like,
I'm telling you, shit's
done.
hard, man.
I couldn't even do it. When I got up this morning, I wanted to make the biggest breakfast I could fucking find. Give me this. I need this. Crack these eggs.
I left here late. I was like, man, that fucking kid calls me. Could you pick me up from work and then take me to my friend's house?
Oh, that's the shit that gets
I
me
was
mad.
like,
Because you know kids are going to have you pick them up and say, let's stop here.
Exactly. So I fucking go home. I'm like, all right, well, hurry up, go grab your shit and let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, but I got to change and my brother's on it. I'm like, fuck, I didn't sign up for this shit.
And then you go to the
But then-
drive-thru and shit. You know what's fucked up? You go to the drive-thru and they be like, hey, could you just order me like a number 7? Okay. Can I get a number 7?
Larry, I got old kids, Larry. I've learned those lessons already. I dropped the motherfuckers off first, then I went back. I've been there, done that.
See, I hate that shit. I'll go give my daughter something to eat on the way home and just stop and grab. Can we just get? She'll get something simple.
Yeah.
I just want a burger, some nuggets, just 4-piece, 5-piece nuggets. Okay, just give me a cheeseburger, 5-piece nuggets. Will that be all? Bitch! Don't ask me that. The one time you want to be courteous, now you want to ask me this shit. And it's usually a guy that's doing, you sure that's all you want? Nigga, can you see me? How fucking dare you? I know you upselling.
I can smell bacon.
Give me a Baconator.
We got a combo 2 for $5. What the Give me 2 of them.
Can't pass up a deal.
Son of a bitch. How dare you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I need to talk to your manager.
What did Mela, right? Mela?
Mila.
Mila. I gotta
Mila Fox.
get that down.
She said
Mila
she's gonna be
says,
raising kids till she's 60.
she says I need a good computer to work from home
That too.
with a 14-inch screen. Sorry, I'm just reading down the list. Man, I have the dual screen, but sometimes I just like working off the small
Single,
screen.
Yeah.
It's just a lot quicker. I know all the ins and outs and the tabs on the,
Yeah.
You raising kids till 60. You teach your oldest one to build you a goddamn computer. Like, you still got time. You get that kid out there. You make him build that computer.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, and I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. Because I've just seen a teenager build a computer, and he built it specifically to be the fastest running gaming computer for himself.
Nice.
Now, mind you, this computer can do hundreds of other things.
Right.
But specifically, he built it that way for gaming.
Wow.
Now, that computer, as he gets older, he could sell that shit, or he could, like you said, repurpose it and do something else, add on to it for
Yeah.
even. But the kid is already, as a teenager,
Building them.
building them.
Yeah.
And it's that easy now. Stuff
It's
like
not
that.
It's not difficult. It's
not
like
difficult.
it's a basic.
Snap together.
Yeah, just snap
and the
together.
kids are learning. Today I had to substitute for a 4th grade class. And I was like, okay, I've never worked with you guys. I worked with them before last year because they were 3rd graders. This year, completely different class. Same kids, but completely different, older. So I'm talking to them, I'm like, okay, for a lot of you new people, introduce yourself and tell me a talent. Half the kids in that class was talking about I act, I dance, I sing, I edit. I edit for TikTok, I edit on YouTube, I edit on this, I edit on that, I photography. They were naming shit I do, shit that we are trying to learn, shit that we even hire people for. And I'm like, okay, your name, and what high school you trying to go to? Okay, we're gonna get that going. We're gonna get that. What kind of grades you? Okay, oh, you turning every time? Okay, all right. I'm filling out their resume for them.
Right.
like, I'm gonna make sure your application stay in the mail. I'm calling you. Because the kids are learning these things early. And the crazy thing is, like, they're at that young age in elementary school where they're learning skills to get a job where someone will hire them to work for them.
That's crazy because
They're
when we were growing up, or when I was growing up, in middle school it was Oregon Trail. The paper, that's when the apples were just coming into the mix and the internet was becoming, the basic thing of what it was. And then I remember once I got to high school, obviously the internet had already began somewhat, but now you're going into programs like Photoshop, and suites like that, editing suites, and and that was part of the new curriculum. What's new, what we're trying out. Now they're so fucking advanced that now they're teaching the basic structure of creating, and that's their introduction, So it's like they're so more advanced, like you said, at such a young age.
It's a trade. They're damn near learning trades at this age.
Yeah, because their new shit is our completed overall look of things.
Like, we're learning this is your graduating class, and they're like, we're doing that in elementary.
Right.
That was my final assignment. I had to build a website. Yeah, we did that in 5th grade.
Exactly.
Now we're learning how to curate other people's shit.
Right.
It's baffling sometimes, but in a good way, in a very good way. But it's kind of scary too, because it's like, if that's where you're starting, where do you finish? Like,
Yeah. Kids are all coding in high school.
like now you're going to teach yourself by the time you get in there. You're going to teach and pass and fail yourself. Like the kids just, the final exam, here's my presentation on why I should move on. Like, that's it.
Right.
Man, Amber is right. These kids are smart as fuck.
They are. They are. They're advancing. And you know what? That's a good thing. That just shows how far we've come to now stuff that, because we give a lot of flack about, there's things that you're not teaching the kids, the things that you're doing away with, that we still feel is important. And they should. They should learn these things. But you got to acknowledge the things that they are learning that we didn't get a chance to learn early on. Because a lot of that stuff would have benefited us a lot coming up and being established into this. However, now your kids are getting it at an early age and they understand it. So they're ahead of the curve. They're ahead of us, but they're also ahead of what we thought was the final statement as far as for learning things. So they're going to take that into areas we're not even going to. They're going to eventually get to a point when they get to high school, they're going to be talking about shit we never experienced, not even in college. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for it. Go for it. And if there are some things that you wish they would have known, like I was helping out fourth graders in math. They had learned, their math is different. The way they learn math is different. I brought up the fact there's a multiplication chart. They looked at me like, what relic do you speak of? I was like, you never seen a multiplication chart?
Let me go get the.
Hold on one second.
Let me go get the sage burner.
I shared my screen, and they were actually pulling phones up to the cameras and snapping pictures. Like, ooh, can we use this? I was like, I had this in school. Like, everybody had to have this.
To get the little charts with the little tabs you can pull.
I was like, they never gave you this? I was like, we've never heard of such things. Where does this did you speak of? I was like, yo, I had to leave it on the screen, let everybody screenshot and take a picture. I was like, here's what you're going to do. If you have a printer at home, and most of them did, or they knew a place where a printer, I was like, print this out. If you got a laminator, laminate it. Keep this thing in your folder, keep it on your desk, keep it with you.
Shit, it used to be standard on every single notebook.
You had to have
the front
it.
page. The front page, I always had your timetables. In the back, it had a ruler and some
you had to have
simple math equations or how to get through division, multiplication,
it was
stuff
mandatory.
like that.
Your first day of math, they gave you that thing. If you started into multiplication, division, they had you that. They doing quotients. I was like, oh yeah, you gotta have this. You got to. And as soon as they had it, I was showing them how to use it. It was just simple. Follow this number down, follow the cross, match. Now this, follow the cross, match. They were looking at that chart like it was totally like a whole ancient relic. But it was so easy to explain. And they were like, why didn't anyone tell us this existed? I was like, why? I want to know. Like, why are they not using this?
You need to go to Amazon, buy a whole bunch of those sheets, and resell them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start your own scholastic book club.
Maybe I need, maybe. Because that would be simple, man. If we're going to learn multiplication, y'all. First, the chart. Ooh. Tell you, numbers are going to go up. Numbers are going to go up. But they felt like they got a cheat sheet. And I was like, well, that's okay, whatever.
And even with the climate of how we perceive education to be, like you said, there's things that they're leaving out, but there's also things that we feel that are not addressed enough, and even with all those hindrances that we see in our school system, like to have these kids be so fucking bright, that in itself just speaks volumes to like, man, what if we really did fix the curriculum and really taught these kids, life skills and civil skills and self-preservation skills, health skills, and really
ninja skills, coloring skills,
coloring skills for sure,
nunchuck skills, skills to tame a liger. Gosh,
those like that shit would be dope. Cause just imagine if they implemented back, way before all our times. But back when there was a possibility of a draft, you know, health was up there. Like PE classes and fucking making sure you're ready for the war. You know, like gym was fucking a real fucking thing in the 50s and 60s, you know, going into the 70s. You know, if you implement that back into the curriculum, but then you gotta stop having the gym teachers sleeping with everybody's parents.
You know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up? When I was in St. Francis, there was a gym teacher I had there. He looked like Tom Selleck, but I swear to you, he must have been a character created from Will Ferrell's mind. Because he wore these very short shorts, and they were uncomfortably short. And he would have the polo shirt tucked in. He had the permanent in his hair, permanent hair, and this fucking handlebar Tom Selleck mustache. He would say, hey, you guys, hey, enough with the horsing around, okay? And we used to joke so much and say, dude used to be a porn star in the 80s. Because he'd have his chest hair, like, it would bush out like his beard. That's how his chest hair was coming out of his polo. And we used to sit there and be like, hey, man, like, how was the 70s? Hey, 70s was a rocking time, okay? It was a rocking time, and we had a lot of fun. It's like, yeah, they used to do drugs a lot in the 70s. Hey, don't go judging people, okay? He's like, were you an addict in the 70s? Hey, maybe I was an addict at shooting up. Maybe. Just maybe. He said that to us. And we were like, what the fuck does that mean? Maybe you were an addict at shooting up?
My arms are all fucked up, but in between my toes, only a couple of times.
Like, what person would just say that and just leave it there?
A gym teacher.
A gym teacher. That guy, the gym teacher.
And we need more gym teachers.
That's the thing that I used to love about school back then, especially high school, middle school. The charismatic teachers will always got you. Like some of the funniest teachers I ever have, or I've ever had, still linger in my mind today because it's funny shit that they did, you know. But that guy was out of this world hilarious.
That's stupid. Gym class.
Addict at shooting up. You didn't even try to hide the statement. It's like he thought in his head, here's something subliminal they won't get. Yeah. Hey, maybe I was an addict at shooting up.
They're going to go home and Google that.
It's like, heroin? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, shit.
Like, man. I think this guy told us he's a junkie. I think so.
Oh, shit.
That's just funny, man. So, obviously, you know, I come home. In the news, once again, drilling into our heads that the Packers are in the NFC Championship.
Ah, yes. Yes, we are.
But they have to play Tampa Bay.
Yes.
Now, you, of course, can I call you a Packer fan? Are you still a Packer fan?
I'm a Packer fan.
Okay. How confident are you in Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and all of them?
I think it's going to be a good game, a fair back and forth. I think it's a very, very well-matched teams. Tampa Bay, yes, they're from down in Florida, but their players have come from teams that were in cold weather. Obviously, Brady, Gronk, you know, New England, so that ain't going to phase them at all.
Yeah, they played off the shore, so that ain't shit.
Yeah, fucking Brady's going to show up with the fucking oversized long sleeve shirts taped at the wrist, you know, with the hoodie underneath. You know, he knows what he's doing. You know, you got Brown played for Pittsburgh. You know, so most of their players are, most of the players are going to be ready for it.
I think so, too.
Evans and those guys, you know, there's a couple players that have been a warm weather team exclusively, but when you got a fucking Super Bowl champ like Brady,
you'll find a
way.
way.
You're going to try to please him.
Right.
You know.
You're going to find a way. And then at the same time, you know, there's no telling what the weather's going to be like until closer to that day.
It's cold as fuck.
Well, we can say that because it's Lambeau, but we don't know exactly what the temperature going to be. We don't know if it's going to snow yet. You really don't know until like close to that day, probably like 2 days before. Yeah. So like we can speculate, it's going to be a frozen tundra, and then it comes out it's like 42 degrees, and it's already snowed like 3 days ago and shit, and they ain't shit. But you never know. And that's the beauty of football sometimes, you know, not to sound, you know, make a pun out of it, but any given Sunday, anything can happen. And I don't, I'm either team, I guess, deserves to, I don't know. I don't even care. To tell you the truth, I really don't. But whatever team goes, obviously, I hope it's a team that obviously deserves it, you know? I want them to play hard. I want them to leave it out on the field. I'm excited to see them play each other in an NFC Championship game. Aaron Rodgers and Brady.
I just don't know how I feel going up against the Bills Mafia. I really think the Bills are going to – because Mahomes out with a concussion. So who knows if – obviously they're going to let him play, but who knows how long he's going to hold off before he gets smacked the fuck up or they put him through a fucking plastic table.
Hey, the Bills.
The Bills are the truth.
The Bills look like they're gonna take it this year.
Nah, I don't know about taking it.
Hey,
I'd rather see Brady win.
Hey, I would love to see him too, but
if it ain't Rodgers, it's got to be Brady.
But here's the thing,
it's always
though.
NFC.
Here's the thing, though. Brady's used to beating the Bills with the Patriots, and a lot of that is Belichick. This year, there's really nobody to contest them like that. Like you said, Patrick Mahomes got a concussion. Technically, he shouldn't play.
Yeah.
He really shouldn't. But he's trying to be the MVP, and this is the MVP
He's
season.
trying to start a dynasty.
He's trying to, repeat. So he has to. And he doesn't have to, but in the essence of an athlete, you kind of have to. And to answer your question, Amber, I graduated in 2000, class of 2000. Yep, John Marshall.
I'm gonna go grab one of these donuts.
Go ahead. Going up against a team like Buffalo this year, they're one of the hardest hitting teams just coming out of the gate. So they're going to smack up a lot of people, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on passers. So not to get all ESPN going on here, because I'm no Stephen A. Smith or anything like that, but I'm just speaking on facts of the human condition when it comes to football. You get smacked the fuck up like Patrick Mahomes did, you're not going to be throwing too many touchdown passes, and you're not going to have too much time in the pocket. Yeah, you're not going to have too much time in the pocket to make those kind of decisions. Because after a while, yes, he's a great thrower, great quarterback, great leader, but those schemes, people figure it out. And Buffalo is great at that. They are great at that. And so many years they've tried and been denied. And now with the Patriots out the way, this is their revenge. And that's why I see them as like, I would not want to see Tampa Bay go up against Buffalo in the Super Bowl, because the Buffalo Bills, if they were to meet Tom Brady in, the Super Bowl playing Tampa Bay, their mindset is Belichick ain't here to stop us. We're specifically coming to fuck you up. And they could do it. With that Tampa Bay offense line, they can fuck Tom Brady up. They know how. So that's why I say Buffalo, it's a dangerous team.
I don't know. I think we're well-rounded. We're healthy. I think it's going to be a good matchup this Sunday. If we can, it depends on if it's a decisive, strong win, not high scoring, just back and forth, a good, solid football team game, then I think we can take it all the way.
So let me ask you this. So if it comes down to Packers versus the Bills, who do you see coming out victorious?
I think experience would prevail. I think the Packers would win. A close one.
Now, who do you think will win between the Packers and the Chiefs?
Packers and the Chiefs, I think it would be – I still think the Packers would – it just depends on if they can go back and forth. Because if the receivers are off and their defense is on point, then we're going to be we can't go a high-scoring game. That's why Tampa beat the shit out of us in the middle of the season and fucking blew us out the water, because they started scoring early, and it takes us a little time to
But that's the thing.
get in stride.
Packers
Unless the Packers right off the gate.
Well, Packers aren't that explosive offense like they used to be. They're more
yeah,
of
they
the
are.
not like they used to be.
Oh yeah, they
Not
are.
like they used to be. No way.
You have not been watching.
No.
Oh yeah,
Nah.
they are.
Come on now. The teams that they did that to.
But it's not more high flying. Like we have a balanced team. We have a solid run game.
But that's what I'm
And we have
saying.
a solid receiver core.
Like, of
So
course,
it's
y'all have a solid,
still put up the same numbers, but now it's a more balanced.
I mean, Devontae Adams is pretty consistent with Aaron Rodgers, and of course, you have, like you said, you have a solid run game. But Packers used to have that kind of offense where, like you said, explode out early, you got to catch up. But as of the last 3 seasons, they've played a lot smarter. They're not out there trying to just score really fast. They're trying to wade you out and make it tight and just prevail. Just persevere. Stay in the game. Don't do too much. But just stay ahead of them. Make it harder for them. Because and like you said, Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, they have a lot to prove. So he's obviously going to come out there and show he still got it. He can still throw touchdown passes. You know, that's the thing that kind of hinders Tampa Bay in this playoff series. Because even though, yes, during the season, and it's just the season.
all we got to do is pick him off twice
Yeah.
to throw him off his keel. But that's the thing. We'll get him. It's not like back then. Back then, you had great defensive players on the Packers that, if the ball was in their direction, they were pretty much receivers.
Right, they were getting it.
They were gonna get it and take it to the house. Now,
Shout out to Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson,
My
yes
dog.
sir, yes sir. Now is these guys are talented, uber talented. They're great at their positions, but none of them have hands. So the ball will be right here, and they'll fucking do one of these. That is one of the things that I foresee as being a problem. Because our defense is solid on the line and our backs are solid for the most part. It's just when they're in those key moments where they can just come in and pick six or come in and change the dynamic of the game.
Well,
they don't have the hands.
That's what's going to depend on the Packers defensive line. They're going to have to create pressure to make Brady make a
it don't
mistake.
fucking matter. The ball is right here, and they fucking just like they're what they are.
Hey.
They're safeties because they can't catch.
Any given Sunday, somebody makes a play. It could happen. You never know. That's
what I'm saying. If it goes in our way and we can pick them off a couple times, then I think we're in good position.
Yeah, it could be possible, but it takes everybody to be on the even.
But I'm
chill.
I think we have a very, very solid shot at taking it all the way this year with the teams that are left on the docket. Obviously Brady's going to be a big challenge, but if we surpass that, I think the Bills or the Chiefs would be.
You think it was the Lil Wayne song that did it?
No, I haven't even listened to it.
You haven't heard it?
No.
You haven't heard it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It was a remix.
Let me tell you something. I heard it.
Okay.
I didn't really hear anything different. I mean, it's more of an extended version, and he does name drop new players on the team.
It's the same song.
But it's basically the same song, green and yellow, green and yellow, green and yellow, but it's just a different verse.
Oh.
And it's more of a build up to it. So it's just a remixed version where he mentions the people that's on the team now.
The new.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a remake. But other than that, it's still the same green and yellow song. So I was like, you took 3 days for this? Was it just to learn the people on the team?
Right.
I'll
never do this.
I'm not about to add. I'm sorry.
I was shocked to hear that he was here.
Yeah, he was at the game.
He was actually
They invited him.
In the fucking box.
They
That's
invited him.
fucking Horse shit.
They invited him. He said Matt LaFleur contacted him.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, going into this game, I think we could use a remix. And he was like, bet. So he worked on 3 days.
3 days.
Learning who's on the team. Just like, like, so there's no Brett Favre. Not the Don Beebe. He's not on the team anymore, Wayne. No?
Nah.
Shit. Reset.
Hey, Ron.
Who they throw to? Who they throwing to?
Donald Driver.
So he remade the song, and he learned everybody on the team, and he made the song, and it's just the same song. Yeah. I was expecting to hear a new anthem, not the fucking black and yellow remix.
What would he make it to though? That's why it was such a hit. That it was the black and yellow, and it was a song that just happened to fit the time perfectly.
But
You know, like
but
what would it be now?
But the black and yellow was used for the Steelers, and then he just took it and said green and yellow, green, and I'm like, okay, I guess we can do that now. I guess. So who's
It
going?
worked out. We won the championship that year, but now is not the time.
That was not because of that song, though.
No,
That was-
it was just the momentum.
everybody was injured.
It was everything was perfect.
So that's what I'm saying. Like with
Yeah.
this, like
So with this is like, okay, what is it? Like what is it gonna be? We need something that's dope, and that wasn't it.
It
But
wasn't it.
I don't think it's gonna matter this time.
I think what it is like you said, last time you made the song, it was from a fan point, and they ended up going to the Super Bowl, and he was already a fan anyway, and they were already going. So when he did it, it was just opportunistic. So now, he's trying to, I guess, cash in, recash in on that.
That's one of the things that I've said, this whole time since the season started. It's like that's the beauty of this season, that the pageantry and that all that extra shit is just out the window. Like this year, they focused on the camera work and on the football, the actual sport, and the storylines were the injuries, or the personal things that people were doing in the community and shit like that. It's not like, because even sponsors like Pepsi and Coke are not doing commercials for the halftime show this year.
Nah. They
pulled out and said, "Nah, we're putting our resources on and other things. We're just not gonna." And that's something that they haven't done since they started doing commercials.
But see, that's because they realized a lot of people were watching those games back then, and that's what they were getting those advertising dollars. But not everybody is doing it like that. Not everybody's watching the games. They're streaming those games, and a lot of them are watching them later.
Just the highlights.
Just the highlights. You know what I'm saying? Viewership for all sports has gone down so drastic that all the major markets that are known for we're sponsoring this or we're sponsoring that, they're gone.
And the fucking crazy part is, like, now you can, if it's not your priority, you could be playing Madden, running the tournament, and while you're playing, they'll interrupt the game and shit, and you'll get pop-ups with the score and shit of the games that are playing.
See what I'm saying?
So if you're at the Super Bowl and this shit's boring, then you can just hop on the game
and just play.
and then you'll just get pop-ups.
Updates and shit.
Packers just score.
Yeah,
Whatever.
they did that on the
scored.
NBA and shit. Like like even when the game is going on, hey, you want to play
get
your own
real
version?
time.
You can real time play, jump into the game and start playing, and have a totally different outcome. Even though they're going to give you the score, but you can jump into the game and just actually play as they're playing. And gaming has been like that, so it's a whole different avenue. I was looking in IMDb.com, not to change the subject, but I don't want us to be totally ESPN over here, but I was looking at the box office, right? And they were saying #1 movie in America, Wonder Woman.
Still?
You know how much it grossed?
A shit ton. Probably.
No. Like, as far as gross in theaters.
Gross in theaters?
Yeah.
It did really well in theaters.
$3 million.
That's it?
Who else is going to the theaters?
Man, opening day, that must have been all opening day then. Because
remember,
opening day, they had a pretty good...
But you got to remember, pandemic, streaming.
Well, yeah.
More people watch it on the stream than actually going to a movie theater to see it. And then there were less theaters showing it because, remember, they pulled.
Yeah.
So $3 million was the highest grossing film. Other films that are major market films are in the millions. But you know what else made the top 10 for box office films? Independents. Independent film companies were charting in the top 10 because they're able to still get in the theaters because the theaters can't get movies from big budget places like Warner Brothers. So all these independent markets or independent subdivisions are able to release their films in theaters. So now you have a chance to be in the top 10 of highest grossing films in America. So if you're an independent filmmaker and you're releasing your product, you could do your own distribution deals in theaters and release your shit. That's what I said. The field, the playing field has been leveled just drastically. If Ice Cube was to come out right now with the Big Three basketball, he could compete with the NBA on a very fair playing field. This could be competition year. for other people who have other things. In every single sport, damn near. In all facets of entertainment.
Let's start our own arena football team.
We could.
Where's Gilbert Brown when you need him?
If we made a film and we released it this year, who are we competing with? Who are we competing with? We could literally go state to state to big major states. We got a film, major motion picture. Want to put in your theater just for a weekend.
Who stars Carol Baskin?
And all you got to do is just market it. Shoot your little trailer for it, share it out there,
Well, one
let it
thing
go
I tell
viral,
you, Larry,
bam.
once this bad boy pays out,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
So there you have
I'm
it.
gonna start covering the scan code.
Major
So they
motion,
don't want to screenshot it and scan my shit.
major motion picture. Bucks coming out of that lottery winning. I'm telling you, I saw that shit and I got excited. I said, "Oh my God, this is the perfect time to be an independent filmmaker. It's perfect." If I got a film that's already done, I'm going to LA, I'm going to Miami, I'm going to New York, I'm going to any place that's right now where they got people who just don't stay home. You want to go to the theater? I'm gonna give you something to look at. Just hope you wear your mask, because I am. I'm gonna drop that shit off and share it.
She had said that Trump may give Lil Wayne clemency.
Yeah, I did hear that.
And you know what? We expected that shit. Because you have to look at this. His impeachment, yes, it's deserving. However, we still look weak. And you have an image to uphold as Americans. We do. Because if we just sit there and just say, no, we're dealing out justice. Okay, we impeached this guy. Now we're exposing the fact that we have a system in place that allows presidents to be corrupt. How is that to trust Biden? We can't. We already know that. But that means we can't trust any president coming in to this position. That nullifies the position. That lets you know, and it lets everyone else know who we've influenced democracy to, that democracy can be corrupted and it doesn't work.
Right.
They already believe that, but it's never been proven.
Don't know.
Until now. So if we undo this here, then it would have to be undone everywhere else, which drives the whole world back into war. And it makes us the bad guys.
Yeah.
Because we've been in everybody's way.
And here comes Dick Cheney. And makes billions of dollars.
And in that aspect, then I would call Dick like, look, we need you.
Right.
We need you to all right, I'll tell you, go fuck yourself. But I'm gonna do this just once.
We gotta shoot one of your friends first. Pellets.
Pellets.
Pellets to the chest.
I'll tell you right now. Find me out there to Kim Jong-un. And give me a shotgun. Birdshot. Like, I love, let me tell you something. Dick Cheney is my idea of the perfect villain. He's just that damn evil. Yeah. But he's so dry about it. He's so fucking dry about it. And it's almost respectful because he understands money. He understands how to profit from everything, including pain. And you have to respect that in a villain. That makes a necessary adversary. You don't have to enjoy or even agree with what he does. But when you're looking at understanding that's like, damn, you have no way of coming out broke. Like, if you're in that family, you good. You're good. You are taken care of as long as you don't fuck up. That's it. Just don't fuck up. Don't make them look bad. Don't fuck up. Now, I'm not saying that I would practice that, because I wouldn't. But if I'm looking at what I perceive not to do or not to be, I'm looking at that. But if I'm that much in a position where I'm like, you know what, I need to make money and not care about nothing, That's what I'm looking at as an influence. That's the blueprint right there. You know, if you're gonna be that, be it all the way. He is all the way.
Yeah.
Even though they did replace his heart with a potato spud, but that
Multiple times.
multiple times, shit just popped. I'm having a heart attack, dumbass.
Just had more heart attacks than Whitey.
Oh God, what an ass!
What an ass.
What an ass!
But outside of that, man, what else? What
else we got going on?
else we got going on?
You know, I wanted to bring this up on Thursday, but you know what? I couldn't sit on this anymore. That's what she said. No. This is you know, going into entertainment news, I heard and actually read reports that the family of Dr. Dre are suspecting foul play.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
in his heart,
With the aneurysm.
the aneurysm.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're suspecting foul play. They're not coming out publicly about it because they don't want to cause panic. But there are certain people in that camp close to Dr. Dre that said they suspect foul play. And the reason being is because Dr. Dre is said to be in great health. Like as far before this, he was in amazing health. Takes good care of himself. But at the same time, he's a man who is very wealthy. He's a billionaire. He doesn't make and cook his own food. He doesn't pour his own beverages. He doesn't drive himself. This man is literally served a lot. And the aneurysm came in a very kind of convenient way because he's still going through the divorce. You know, the divorce is still hasn't been finalized yet. So upon learning that the judgment is on its way and knowing that he's not going to have to pay alimony, he's not going to have to
Even
break
though
off.
He volunteered to pay.
He volunteered
to pay $2 million a month. I think he was
Right.
the number.
They're working those numbers out as far as what he's willing to do. So people are looking at this and they don't want to speculate who. You know, like even me, I'm not gonna say his wife.
It was Suge Knight.
See, in the chat that we were talking, and this is funny because I was actually in a chat with some people because I like, one of the things about me, I get my gossip from entertainment sources too. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I'm here, I pick Eleazar's brain about what's going on here with the radios and the entertainment and the music scene. When it's like overseas or even in the West Coast or the East Coast, I talk to my gossip people who's in the industry, people who hang in those circles and stuff, and I get in the chats and I hear everything. And when they talked about this, you know, the people that were in there, we were joking around and we were we were all like shouting out our conspiracy theories. A lot of people thought it was the wife. A couple people said Suge. It's like Suge got him touched. Some people said Eminem. Some people, it was just so many people like naming names, and when you see, even people said Michelet, which I thought was funny. I was like, hell no, you fucked up, Dre. Like, right? They brought up an interesting point. Dre, he has been around for so long, and he's had his disagreements with a lot of people to get there, and I'm not saying like any of these people may have did it. I'm not even saying that something was done. But I wouldn't necessarily rule it out. Because when you look at it, this is a guy who wasn't the cleanest. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't no angel. This was the nigga with attitude. You know what I'm saying? So if his wife had something to do with it, that's hard to prove at this point, unless you really got somebody forensically to really do lab work and all that stuff, and even then it's gonna take time. But that's a very serious fucking thing, and it's not like she doesn't have a motive. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's dead, she get it all. She could technically get it. So it's not like he has to be alive. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to necessarily make the end of the trial.
Right. But his will can say different.
Yeah.
That's true.
He can die, his will can say, you know what, I'm giving it all to my kids.
That's some LA shit.
And that's what I wondered too. I was
That
like,
Hollywood
damn,
shit.
if you ain't got a will, Dre, you better get that shit ready.
Hell yeah.
Because if somebody's out there giving your ass just put lead your shit, drop this mercury in his fucking teeth.
Trying to fish with his mercury.
Hey, that's why I say $1 billion, even $500 million. I ain't trying to have that many people with access to me.
Right.
I don't want servants. I don't want people cooking my food. I damn near don't want people driving for me.
Hell no.
Like, you can cut the brakes and jump out the car and leave me in the back. Like, shit. You know what I'm saying? That's danger. That's dangerous. That shit,
More money, more problems.
more problems.
Right.
And that's eerie as fuck to think that somebody could do that. You don't think about it at first. You're like, brain aneurysm? Oh, man, that's fucked up, man. Must have been the weights or the steroids or something. But then when family members are like, nah, something ain't right. Now, we think foul play. Somebody was fucking around. Oh, shit. This is getting real shady now. Like, something ain't right with y'all peoples.
Yeah.
Y'all got too many hands in the jar to get that type of conclusion.
Right.
Like, who trying to take you out? And then if it's not her, who? Maybe it's somebody in the camp that he is cool with. It's just like that man had that will, like you said, oh, I'm getting that. Oh, we need to expedite this shit. Get this mercury in this motherfucking shit. That nigga said I get 500 million. Fuck that. I'm gonna get more. Fuck that bitch. Like, you know, ain't no telling. That's weird. And that's in the air. Now that's out there as far as in the West Coast. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? People are thinking somebody tried to kill Dre.
Irene, he sold all his masters.
Yeah. Jimmy.
Dre would be worth a lot dead than alive. And Eminem did say that Dre has an album. He has an album. I don't know if that's the Detox, but Dre has an album that no one has heard yet. And it may be done. So
Is it gonna sound like nothing but Kendrick Lamar songs?
I doubt it. Kendrick do jazzy
Because
shit
the
though.
last one did.
Compton?
Yeah.
You ain't like Compton?
It sounded like he had Kendrick write everything for him. Like his cadence, everything. He tried being Kendrick.
Hey, Dre get a lot of people to ghostwrite for him. That's a given. Everybody writes for Dre, man. Dre don't write no raps. He do the music. So I get, yeah, he did. I won't say that Kendrick didn't. He did. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure Game.
That whole camp.
Everybody on that fucking album wrote a song for him. Mm-hmm. But goddamn, that was a goddamn good sounding album though. I gotta say that was a favorite of mine for a long time. But it might. Who knows? It might be out there.
I'll check it out. I'll give it a whirl.
But then again, it has to come out though. It has to come out. And if let's be honest, a Dr. Dre album with him alive could possibly move close to 1 million, maybe 1.2. But a Dr. Dre album with him deceased,
Through
the roof. Yeah.
that would sell for 10 years.
It'll probably be the #1 selling album in the world.
Yep.
Ever.
And the movie would go right up to the charts again.
Yep. That's an entire catalog of music, production, everything. Every album he's ever executive produced would get a second spin.
Yeah.
Second, third, and fourth. That would be huge. But who gets paid? Because Iveen sold his masters. So who would get paid from that?
We don't even know who he sold.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what makes it so much eerier, because it's like, who the fuck would try to kill Dr. Dre at this moment? who could profit from that pain?
It's the Russians.
Ryan Seacrest.
Fucking Russians.
Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest. Let me find out Ryan Seacrest buying masters to black music. Fuck you up, Ryan.
I wouldn't put it past
You
him.
better stick to them Kardashians, motherfucker. Leave our music alone, nigga. But no, I heard that, dog. And that was weird to me. And I was like, oh, we got to talk about that, man. That's dangerous. And especially when we're talking about the lottery stuff, and it's like, wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Who else would be off in Hollywood like that?
Just poisoning and
Just
just there had to be somebody who has like real shady past. Like they've done some good, but they've pissed off some people. Like fuck some people. Quentin Tarantino comes to mind with me.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Quentin. Quentin always creeped me out, man. I saw this documentary of his that was real weird. They
That
talk
he
about
made?
yeah,
Or about him.
I think he made it too.
Oh.
They made it about him.
He made a documentary about himself.
Well, I mean, it's about him and his 8 movies.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So it was all of his movies leading up to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
So they talked about all of his films and the process into making them, plus what started them. Mm-hmm. But throughout the film, they kept focusing, they kept bringing up Harvey Weinstein. Because in those 8 movies, they were all produced
Weinstein
by Weinstein Productions. So they kept bringing him up, and they kept alluding to their partnership as far as making films. But they also would derail and go into Weinstein's misgivings and the shit that he would do and his accusations and everything that he was, found guilty of, while also trying to exclude Tarantino from it like he had nothing to do with that. That was all Weinstein. And that's why we were moving forward without Harvey. And it's a new era. And I'm like, I just came to find out about these films. I don't give a fuck about what you do with Weinstein or not. But it was more of, it felt like to me, it gave you great insight into how to make the films, but this was like a testimony like I had nothing to do with any of this shit.
I did not suck any underage toes.
Even though
nasty ass.
Even though 4 of the women and 4 women from my films were actually harassed to get in my film by Harvey Weinstein, I had nothing to do with it. And I was like, okay, this is awkward. Like I didn't suspect it, but obviously you made this for some reason, and I guess this is it. The show, I am totally innocent, and I'm just a great. I like film. I like filmmaking.
Film. And by the way, I don't like doing those activities.
Right. like I know I like toes and everything, and I say the N-word a lot, and I try to act black, but I'm not a rapist. Just want you to know that I'm not a rapist. And it was so strange for him to take that stance, because it was like, I didn't think that about you.
But now that you mention it,
like, how do you not know this goes down on you? How do you not know Uma Thurman is being fucking harassed while making this fucking Kill Bill series? How do you not know?
Jeez.
How do you not know? How do you not know Rose McGowan had to go and see this guy jerk off at a ficus plant? How do you not know that? How do you not hear that?
Yeah.
And not think twice? How?
Because the check was clearing. That's why.
Like, is that really how easy it is to turn away? Well, you can put your penis up, but I'm gonna go cash this real quick. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. But is the check cash place around here, around the corner?
Right.
All right. In 15 minutes, you're not gonna be here, right? Okay, cool. Just leave.
Like, I need $250 million for this fucking movie.
Just simple as that.
You just didn't see this today.
Right.
Here you go. Go catch it.
Clear it.
Go cash it.
Go cash this check. Hey,
At that point, you do. You good? Are you? Yeah. You.
Hey, I need like at least another $300 million.
Right.
By the way, my secretary said you had your dick in my ficus. I was just wondering, can we get that check today?
Right.
Can we get that check today, just right now? Just write it out. Just put your name and just leave it blank. I can take care of the rest. Like, it's got to be that easy. Had to be to look the other way. Because I just can't imagine. I work on a set with you guys. Anybody walks off, we're looking for them. It's very hard for me to imagine a director or a producer of your film. You're that hands-on. You wrote, direct, and produced. You're everywhere. So it's very hard for you not to see the money man come around and one of your stars disappear. That's pretty hard to imagine. Now, being somebody who watches film, I can expect that all day. But working on set, now I got my doubts. And it wasn't there until I saw that documentary. Because I was like, hold up, wait a minute. This ain't making no sense. No way.
That's crazy
No
how
fucking
that just died. That whole story, that whole moment in history just completely just disappeared. No more Weinstein. The Netflix special wasn't as big as Tiger King. Like, they Mayweather defense that shit completely. There ain't nobody trying to figure out how he suicided himself. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
The reason being is because there was nothing funny to take from it. It has to be something they can joke about.
Yeah, true.
For
it to blow up the way Tiger King, yeah. But still, for the fact of the topic of the matter that they were going over,
yeah,
it's like, no, this should be a lot more important.
But you see, that tells about the culture of this country. Because when you look at it, there are a lot of toxic people out there that believe if I have this much money, this much power, who the fuck are you to say I can't do what I want to do? Mm-hmm. If you're going to be around me, that's what it entails. Now, granted, we're talking about children. And like you said, that's a subject matter that avoids a lot of attention. But when you talk to people about that, like actually talk to people about child molestation in entertainment or child molestation among rich, elite people, there's a certain uncomfortable mode that transpires over people. No matter where you stand on it, there are a majority of people that don't feel comfortable talking about it. They just want to ignore it. And it's fucked up because that's the same type of response a lot of black folks get when we talk about race. I don't want to touch that. Child molestation, I don't want to touch that. When the R. Kelly shit was going on, I don't want to touch that. Nah, I don't want to do that. Especially in the black community. Yo, man, why y'all listen to R. Kelly? Y'all know that nigga, we ain't trying to hear that right now. This album,
two-step.
Cameron on this remix, man. We ain't trying to hear that shit. Like there's an uncomfortable level. If you make it trend, where it becomes uncool, or it becomes a fucking dissident to ignore that shit, or just to be on the fence about it. If you make that, if you normalize that, then people take the stance. People responded to Tiger King because there were so many people talking about it. Yo, did you see Tiger King? And it was a joke. There were so many inside jokes that people were like, what the fuck does that mean? Let me go find out. When we talk about Epstein, not a lot of people were trying to watch that. Oh, man, ain't that the shit on the news? Ain't he dead? Nah, I don't want to dig into all that. But if you did, you would have noticed the ties to people that you supported. And that's the thing. When their person is so ingrained into what is trending or what's popular, people don't want to sacrifice their stance. I'm with this side. I'm with this person. I'm on that team. Any smudge against that, they don't want to fuck with that. Nah, that makes us look bad. If you're somebody who looks at Hillary Clinton and I'm campaigning for, you're not gonna turn to no fucking Jeffrey Epstein thing. Hell no, it's gonna make her look bad. It's gonna make you look bad for fucking with her. So a lot of people gonna ignore that shit. Because that kills a lot.
Fucking ghoulish ass fucking.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Weinstein. A lot of people didn't want to fuck that up. I got motion pictures on the line right now. My project is in his hands. I can't do that. Then when it became popularized, you can't run from it now. Oh, I never fucked with that guy. I never liked him. He did his thing and I did mine. That's what you saw in the documentary.
I made sure that they were all overage. Right. I made sure.
I made sure of it. He's never on set.
Never.
I'm going to tell you that now. We never allowed him on set. I would give him the projects, and then he'd give me the green light, and then I'd go and do my thing. I was totally distant from him. Never mind the fucking parties that you guys would throw together. Never mind the fucking Hollywood extravaganzas where all this shit would go down at your beach house and shit. All that shit. No, we're not showing those pictures. No. But we're going to maintain, we were separate. We were business partners. Never. I got to smell that finger. Nope, don't smell like him. Never. Never did I ever party with that guy.
That's crazy.
It's disgusting.
It is. It's a very, it's a world that even when I win with this magical ticket right here, that is not a life experience that I'm looking to be a part of.
Nah.
That seedy underbelly of the world.
Nah, I'm not.
I'm cool. I'm cool in my sector.
Yeah, I don't want to be involved in the Hollywood parties. They don't know how to act right.
No.
I've always been a fan of the way we throw our shit in digs, man. It's the people we know and trust. And at the same time, we ain't trying to do all that nasty ass shit you fucking people are doing. Weird.
Weird as fuck.
We got work in the morning. We ain't trying to do all that shit. We trying to get money. But no, like it's a new age, man. And for a long time, people have gotten away with murder, with more than that. And it's weird seeing people like associated with people like that, and then now, because nothing derogatory came out about them, they're able to just wipe their hands, just exonerate themselves in awkward ways. And it's like, I don't know about you. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't have guilt. I didn't see an admission of guilt from you until now. You know?
It's a seedy bitch.
Maybe we need a new Hollywood.
Nah, we got HBO. We got HBO. That's the thing. Hollywood is going to be something that gets... Well, yeah, it's going to change. It's not going to be Hollywood, California anymore. Yeah. It's going to be... Hollywood. Okay, we still do shit here, but we're off doing independent shit, like you said, you know, more. That's the thing. Like, after seeing today, I posted a trailer for this movie that's coming out of this Chinese basketball player trying to make it to the league. You know, and just like that, we've been talking about how we're fans of how HBO is getting the fact that it's no longer the
like the premier cable channel.
Yeah, and it's still premier, but as far as its content is not the victim story.
Yeah.
For everything that they put out, you know, and that in itself is exciting because to me that shows that, you know, the ability to tell stories is now no longer really typecast to the same stories. It's like, you know, before the 2000s, there's obviously the type of movies. You got an action flick, you got the romance, you get the rom-com, and then you get the sci-fi, and then, you know, that was it. And you recycled that formula to death, you know, with obviously once you start getting more diverse, then the lead actors started changing, you know, shades of color and the roles were switched out. But now it's more of like, you know what, fuck those genres. We might play with a few of them and I'll incorporate multiple, but the story is going to be completely fresh from a different perspective. And that's exciting because now you don't have to tell the Weinstein story. You know, you really don't, because you can find independently or through other sources and you're not giving all your power to one powerhouse.
I awoke expeditiously,
company,
dick first in my ficus.
And that in itself is I think is gonna bring.
You jerked
different
off into a
world.
ficus, man. I'll never forgive you for that shit, man. That's a waste of a good ficus. Just cannot. Well, somebody's gonna get this. It's just disgusting.
You know, and it's crazy that the chick from the Hunger Games, like, from the things that I've seen, she like was okay with it until it wasn't okay with it. It wasn't okay to be okay with it anymore.
Yeah.
Like she went in there and, you know, did her deed and did what he asked, you know, but was okay with the choice up until people found out and started making it, you know, oh, well, you too, you know. And
Because you know,
like that in itself is,
there are some people that made that choice
and they're okay with it
and they were okay with it. But
until people rubbed it in their nose.
But people were sitting there and saying like, "Not you!
It only smells.
It only smells. It only smells. It only smells. It only smells. It only smells." I tried so hard to remember that line. There was a line that we said yesterday. This is an inside joke, and I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna elaborate on it. But there's an inside joke line that we kept saying yesterday that was so fucking funny. It's only smells. It's only smells. And that is a perfect example of what he used to. It's only smells. It's only smells. You want to be Katniss, right? It's only smells. It's only smells. That's fucked up. And you know, I feel like people looked at her and they were like, you know, why wouldn't you report him? You know, like, why aren't you? You're Katniss, goddammit. You're supposed to be a hero.
Because I'm also an Academy Award winner.
Right. You take a feminist.
Because of this guy.
You take feminist stands against all these other people for their shit. And then you see someone who trades their femininity in for a part. And it's heartbreaking because you're like, wait a minute. You're the fucking person who speaks out against shit like this. And you mean you traded your shit in? And now you want to speak about it, but you ain't going to tell your shit? And I get it because sometimes people are like, that's my story to tell. But it's like, okay, it's contradictory. You're going to speak out for this person to hold this person accountable while protecting your bag. Like the guy that guaranteed you rolls. Because you accepted that it only smells.
Shit.
I cannot unsee that shit.
Shouts out to Oprah Winfrey as well. The facilitator.
Because it's only smells.
The facilitator of smells.
That's what she told Stedman in his dungeon. It's only smells. It's only smells. You can handle it. It's only smells. It's fucking nasty.
Shit, man.
I'll never unsee that shit. I'll never unsee that freaking word. It's only smells. Oh, God. It's terrible. Terrible. Fuck. Oh, that threw me off. Anyway.
On to the next.
On to the next.
So inauguration is what, tomorrow?
Tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow.
The big day. Troops are coming in. Fucking Trump supporters are pissed off. They're sitting there saying, why the fuck does a fucking president have to have troops guarding his inauguration? And they're saying that's signs of a dictator. And I say to myself, or it's signs of somebody that's saying, I wish a motherfucker would try that shit again. Because, I mean, let's be honest. If he was there, y'all would have did this shit anyway. Y'all still would have did the shit.
Yeah.
And if you assholes were dumb enough to do it the first time, what's stopping you from Inauguration Day? How could you sit there and hold signs that say, back to blue, blue lives matter, and tried to kill them at the Capitol Hill? Because they wouldn't let you do what you wanted to do. They're upholding law. Fuck your law. Go arrest the black guy. We're going to the Capitol, bitch.
And not in those words, but in those words.
In those words. They crushed the guy. They dragged the cop down the stairs, hitting him with his helmet, taking shit. One officer had to beg and plead with them while in the mob saying, I have a wife and kids. He had to beg for his life. Those officers were scared. Eugene Goodman, the black officer that was in the Capitol building running from the mob. They damn near gave their life to protect those fucking people inside of there. And not one time I have not yet heard anyone from that Capitol mob come forward and say, you know what? I was wrong.
Yeah.
I fucked up. We should not have done that.
You get a lot of motherfuckers. But he told us. He literally asked us if we have the time to fly up there and join him.
Like if this
Pardon me. Like these motherfuckers are actually asking for pardons.
Right.
What if that motherfucker tonight says anybody on the list of no-fly zone that were, in any way involved in the Capitol Hill, I pardon you. What if he does that on his last day? That's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting for what he does between now and midnight.
But can he? Can he still pardon people? I thought
he's
this shit was
pardoning
revoked.
Lil Wayne.
He pardoned Lil Wayne.
He's about to today. Whoever, it's his last day.
Shit.
So he has up until I don't know if it's up until they do the transfer of power.
I'm gonna be following Lil Wayne to find out if he got that pardon, because then that mean the album coming out. Carter 6, nigga. Pardon me. I'm telling, I think that because today would be technically his last day to do pardons, and I don't think they're gonna allow him to pardon those people from the Capitol thing. Like, I don't think they're gonna do that. I really don't think they're gonna allow him to do it.
They shouldn't.
And I think, honestly, on his account, because he's trying to just leave and get that clemency, I think he's gonna lead them motherfuckers to hang too. Because this is Trump we talking about here. Trump didn't become a fucking Trump by helping everybody out.
I don't know. I read a report said he's really pissed off that Lady Gaga singing at Biden's inauguration, and she refused his.
He should be pissed.
He is furious.
Let me just say right now, Lady Gaga's a tramp. She didn't sing at my inauguration. She's a loser.
Yeah.
She hasn't had a hit in years, decades. Loser. Gone. Seen the movie, hated it. That's why she didn't win an Oscar. She's terrible. If you don't fuck with him, he don't fuck with you. Mm-hmm. And all these people that's sitting there and saying, well, I demand a pardon and all that shit, he ain't gonna fucking pardon you. I don't even fucking know you. Mm-hmm. What have you done for him lately? Except make him look bad. Y'all made him look terrible. He ain't fucking hanging with y'all. He like, shit, y'all got me in this shit.
Right.
I told y'all do one thing, just show up. Right. Y'all could have just stood out there.
I milked this bitch for $2 billion.
I guarantee you his whole excuse was, I didn't tell them to do that. Yeah. I didn't tell them to do that. I told them to go to the Capitol building, but I ain't tell them to do that shit. You can't put me down for this. like, he is not fucking with y'all. Y'all are fucked. And that is your leader.
Until Biden forgives you guys.
Right. Now he, on the other hand, he might. Well, we got to learn to forgive.
Because gas prices are at $2.35.
And we're going to get in there.
$2.35. Gas prices are at $2.30. Just think about that.
I like the smell of petroleum. fucking Biden.
Just fucking. That's crazy, man. The transfer of power hasn't even happened. And it's already affecting us.
But you know what, though?
Because we had 4 healthy years of gas being under $2.
But you know what? That happens. I've realized something. That happens every time around this time of inauguration. Well, no, just in inauguration period, because in inauguration time, stocks drop, rise, fluctuates, gas prices, same thing. All of that shit happens as soon as there's a transfer of power, because everybody that backs these presidents panic and they pull out. Because now they're trying to see, okay, who's doing what?
Who's calling the shots?
Who's calling the shots? And then it starts to stabilize. So
unless a Democrat takes over, because the Democrats, usually during a Democratic presidency, the gas prices are always through the roof. Who the
And that's and mainly because it depends on the Democrat too, because it's usually whoever is invested into big oil.
Mm-hmm.
Trump is invested in big oil, so you knew where those prices was gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I just saw an article right now about the My Pillow guy. It says they're trying to
My
cancel me.
Pillow,
My
yeah.
Pillow CEO says retailers have dropped the brand amid his.
Yeah.
yeah,
Kohl's and a whole bunch of other big companies, as they should.
and see all
Put in your
those
fucking nose where it don't belong.
all those fucking people that Trump hired. Like they said, there was after that Capitol shit, all of them, everyone were just worried because they were like,
Backtracking.
I don't know if I'm going to have a job after the 20th. Nobody is going to want to hire me in this country.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't sit there and put that on my resume. I was in the White House cabinet for which president?
Well, let me take my
Donald?
50 million that I made in these past 4 years swindling.
Better
Let me
go.
Let me go fuck up some Southern American country. Let's go see what they're doing in Argentina.
At this point,
Go fuck up their economy.
At this point, 2 weeks ago, you could have no called, no showed, and just left. You didn't even have to fucking worry about it. Like, nobody is going to dock you for doing a no call, no show to the White House after that shit that happened. Your days were numbered, and very well, as far as in working in politics. Like, that's it. That's it. There is no season 2 of this shit. That's it. There's gonna be no more of that. Like, everybody involved. That's it.
I just hope everybody's cautious out there. You know, if you are gonna be tomorrow celebrating the inauguration or viewing it or anything like that, you know, just be safe. Don't go and put yourself in a super spreader, you know, event. Don't go just whether you're a Democrat or Republican or whatever. Don't go to an event where it's a shit ton of people celebrating. Because then it's a, like you said, it's an oxymoron. It's like you're doing the exact same shit the other person was doing, but yet because you chose a different color arrangement, it makes it something different. It's not. Just, you know, stay safe. You know,
And honestly,
and don't go fucking storming all you fucking Proud Boys and all you fucking, you know, I can't take the truth, you know. It's over.
It's over,
It's
man.
over. Don't go raid buildings because they will shoot you. They will shoot you.
you shouldn't be raiding buildings in the first place. That's not patriotic. You're committing stupid ass terrorist acts, calling yourself patriots. This isn't the Boston fucking Tea Party, okay? There's no revolution you're starting here. No. It's just stupid. It's stupid. It's so fucking stupid and pointless. You're blowing your load before we actually need it.
Yeah. Go back to your party. Take the good points that you like. Find a candidate that represents you truly and surely, and come back at it in 4 years.
It's just
That's the best choice.
like
You know, ain't no point of fucking sitting around fucking wondering about the glory years according to you that was the last 4 years, and now you're 4 years away, and yet again you're voting for another reality star or some other stupid shit. Like, no, find yourself a fucking candidate that's worth your time.
That's real.
That's real.
That's someone that actually believes in that bullshit that you fucking do, and not somebody who's just using you to get votes. Because you got used. You got used. This guy
played, son.
This guy wasn't fucking with y'all. He used y'all to get votes. He wanted to get the opposite of. He wanted to get the people who didn't vote for Obama, the people who were sick of Obama. So when he got them, he was good. Now, the country is ready to shift. And just like you had your time, your 4 years to gloat in people's faces and laugh at their pain, that time is up.
Yep.
It was coming to that point anyway. So now, whatever karma that you put out there, take that shit. And know that in 4 years, how to act when you get somebody in office that you really want. Because it was no reason for us to act this ugly towards each other. It really wasn't.
No.
Especially this. This was unnecessary. Nobody should want a presidency like this. Nobody. And nobody should aspire to have one like this. So.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, you have joined us here at the Method Lab. You can call and text us tomorrow at 414-502-9447. We are here at 1025mke.com.
Radio you can watch.
Share this link.
That's right.
And we are
Freaks in the house.